Hello there, folks, and welcome to Strategic Command World at War as we begin our tournament game. Here, and folks, I've got a treat for you this time around. Well, you might not remember that because probably the video that I uploaded about 1943 scenario to you, it was released like a couple of weeks ago, but I've done it like 2 days ago, and I recall that I've mentioned that I've looked for the list of the players and mentioned the name Fafnir as probably one of the best players. Well, as you can see, who am I playing against in the first round? Look at that, folks, Fafnir himself. So, as I said, he's probably the best player, maybe Sea Puncher next to him, but you can read of his actions in the against other players in World at War. Well, they are, to say the least, legendary. So, one thing that it's actually bad about meeting him already is that, well, I can meet him later on, and this particular scenario is a bit of a weird one because it's really short, as you can see. It is only race to victory, so we have, I believe, actually we can check by going to the race to victory. When does it end? I'm not even sure whether it ends in May or whether it ends in September of 1945, because that kind of changes a lot. But I think it actually ends at the... well, that doesn't tell me much, so... well, I guess I will learn, because I don't remember. But anyway, not... yeah, PBEM game. Let's go and see what's going on. Let's see what he does to us. So, this is my axis, and this is the allies. No, let's start with the allies. I want to see what he's done to us already. Quick animations, no. Fog of War. Yeah, everything is set nicely. Let's go! Let's see. Let's enjoy some fun. Now, if this scenario ends in 1945, May 1945, it literally means that we have 24 turns of gameplay. Which, and if it were to end in September, it would include 5 extra turns, right? Because the... well, 4 or 5, no. So I'm not sure. That's kind of relevant, because 24 turns is not a good amount of time for research to be invested into. But let's see what's going on in the replay, folks. Yeah. My units are not attached, as we can see. Four points. So he decided to attack the ship. And he's bombarding the HQ. No, not the HQ, the air power. So he's making a dive for the HQ. Let's see. It's a bit weird. All of the units are grayed out. Not sure what's that about. Yeah, and the Romanian probably will be also. Yeah. something interesting about. So he swapped the unit to be able to actually. Wow, that's a bit weird. Although it might be used. Okay, I will tell you what he did in here. He wants to waste all the shells on his artillery piece so the other units won't be hit by it. That's a very strong move. My HQ should be dead. So he goes for the kind of weak units around. Now he wants to deal with the artillery. Or not. Or he goes for a tank then. Well, if he can destroy all the important units, then I will have no chance to actually reach the objectives in time. Let's see. I pray that my tank will actually retreat. And it didn't. Well, it sucks. Lucky him, one cheat and already he succeeded in destroying it. Now, am I too worried about the HQs? We've got plenty and we don't have enough units to actually cover all of them, so who cares? In other words, to an extent at least. But those are, of course, the most important units. Should be able to destroy this guy, and maybe he'll be able to actually move with the. I'm not sure whether he moved this guy already. Now, the issue is that my units are not upgraded as well. Good stuff. No, so he didn't go for the artillery here. Okay. If only we were actually prepared. Nice job. That's much better than could have been assumed. Now we know that. I believe that it was odd 1-1 odd at that point. So he's abandoning this position. Escorts. Romanian escorts. So he's focusing on my air power first. Okay. He abandons as I did. And he landed in here as I did. So he wants to go for Kunming, maybe. I don't have an HQ here. If you can bring it down like that, then in one thing I won't have enough supply as well. So he's the entrenching there. Okay. So he sends his fleet. Okay. Dodging this, disrupted. He is not raiding. I think he retreated. Okay. So here we go with two options. First, let's take a look at victory conditions. It's basically the same victory conditions that we have in normal game, from what I can see. They have switched Batavia from, what's its name? From Canberra, I think, recently. So Berlin, Rome, Paris, London, Tokyo, Seoul, Chungking, Delhi. So Tokyo, Seoul. We don't need to hold Manila as allies. And I know from the preparation tournament that he has we deploy with some units and an engineer as well. Now he didn't move away from here, which means he does not intend to move. Well, probably he's going to hold these units just in case the commies would attack. Which makes sense because they have the closest way to get to Seoul after all. So with the allies in the Pacific, just Seoul and Tokyo, and Berlin, Rome and Paris in the ally in Europe. Now, he already jumped in here after there is a possibility that we can actually move him away. But anyway, let's start with the introduction. Where is it? And have fun. Himself, Jesus. What's up with that? Okay. Let's start with China, shall we? One by one. Now, Although we might need to start with reports first. Well, as you can probably know, Germany doesn't start with that many points. Which means he, literally, I will be surprised if I see anything in here. And of course we don't. Now, there is some kind of bug, although I don't see it happening right now. Like you can see double cheats invested into some text in here. But anyway, all of them go out. I'm not going to actually invest research into anything. It's too short of a scenario and we need to do what we got to do as fast as possible, so there is that. Now, as you can see, his goal is to actually desupply me in here, which he kind of succeeded to an extent. Already. That's a bit weird. Why does he have only 4 supply? Not sure. You should have 6 from Pekin. Maybe he got hit by it with the partisan. Still he's got port in here, so 10, 9, 11, only 4? It's really weird. Well, it's 8 because it's the occupied port, okay. We take those odds all day, every day. And we upgrade stuff first, though. Not you. Actually, he's important as well, but you first. How are my attachments looking? First that. I would like to move out with those guys. Ah, jeez. Plenty of reinforcing to do, I'm afraid. Now, I will do something like that. I'm not sure we have 105 days, but so be it. Okay, you can attach to them. Indeed, we need an HQ in one thing. Unfortunate as it is, but we need it. Now I want to escape with this HQ here, though. He's not attached to the HQs. That's good news. We need to reinforce because they don't have good supply in those locations. HQs first. You are attached, that's trash, so trash. We need him in here to protect Quailing. I fucked up in here. But we upgrade everyone that we can. So close, yet so far. And that's most of our MPPs already. One Shock Army. We don't have any anti-aircraft defense. Sucks. I will take the risk here, no research at all. But I want to buy an actual unit, which is the anti-air unit. Those are hills, those are mountains. I cannot reinforce all of you to the extent that I would like to, but with you now we can probably move up with my unit, the HQ that is, perhaps, to dissect, protecting. From here, and with promise we will begin to move out. We find the weak unit to protect the Yunnan. And you'll have to hold as long as you can. Now, Indians. What do we have with Indians? Advanced fighters. No infantry. Yes, we take all of you down. Mobility. Who needs it? Now that I see it, we've got an HQ in here. After all. Now, the other issue is, where do they land? Do we push or do we protect ourselves? After all, Delhi is the objective. I don't think he has a measure to actually commit to it. But who knows, maybe. I'm pretty sure he set up a trap for us with the with his ships. And what we need to do is to concentrate the units around. So, Tokyo, Seoul, and such. How is the Japanese research looking? National morale. It's pretty low. It's 90. At this stage of the game, with all those locations in normal campaign, they would be at 110. We have to do only Komi, right? Yeah. We leave Komis for the last. Now with India, we lost a few HQs. Actually 3 of those. We'll have to buy them back with some money. Where is India? So we have level 1 tanks with no armored warfare. And we can buy air power with no power to it. Let's bombard him, let's see what's going to happen here. He's got an upgrade advantage, but I got supply advantage. Didn't work exactly as I wanted to, and I actually forgotten to reinforce you. Let's move you up. Man, would I love to. We will need to upgrade some of those guys. Now that's a labbing ability that we need to reinforce immediately. So rating 9. We are not advancing yet, we don't have the strength. So we have 250. Tanks are pretty bad in here. That still can be useful. And an army. Okay, now United States. And let's deal with the Pacific Front altogether. Now, I know that he's got a sub somewhere in here. The question is, did he move it? We don't have level 2. Jeez Louise. We should concentrate all of the bombers in Europe. I think that's the play in here. Should be somewhere around here. Now let's take a look at those guys first, though. Not you, you're trash. You're a good unit. Now all of the guys that can be deployed in ports should be in ports. As well. But how do we operate my guys? Bradley. Ike is there. Let's take a look in here. We'll have to send all of these guys out. Probably with the defense, but now let's deploy them in here. So that would be the line. Now he probably has a unit already waiting for us, if I were to guess. So with the states, we'll have to... What was it? Let's choose that line. 4 hexes away. Need to reinforce you. Didn't meet anything. It should be safe to converge around there. I hope. I hope and pray. I will be operated out of here. So the quickest way to Berlin is through Stettin, of course. But I doubt he will allow us to go through there. Let's send the rest. Just so we are aware of the stuff. No surprises here. We don't really need to go too far because we are in range, so it doesn't really matter. We don't have enough HQs though, and that's the issue that matters. Quite a lot. That was a bad move on me. Unfortunately, we weren't punished too harsh. At least now. So it's pretty clear that he's going to reinforce the Italy. I would be very surprised if he's got any ships, no ships around scouting in here. And we've got our fighters. Where are you? You unattached trash. We'll have to scout to see what's going on. The positions. Now we still have a few units that can move out. Now that seems sketchy to me. Okay. Is that all of the land units that I possess currently? Trash in here. Got a ship. Now, although we have plenty of land units, we need to clear some space for my air power. And for those guys to deploy. we of course need to... Jeez, that's pretty bad. Protect our little fleet in here. Protect them from the south. Okay. You can reinforce in here. Now what's my fighter? Fighter. 2, but we've got 2 cheats initially. That's pretty strong. We take all of the rest down though. The only thing I'm wondering whether is to actually save those 2 cheats in here. The fact that we don't have naval weaponry sucks so bad. Fighters. Lacking a bit of the long range, but otherwise fine. So who is kind of ready? Only 3 long range. Right, yeah. That's kind of sketchy. It's got an A gun in here. Okay. Where are you, bro? Wap. Good news about these guys deploying where they deploy is that they will be auto-attached. I've left some space for other stuff. Where are you? Tactical bomber and medium bomber. Now medium bomber should have a better range. Where are you? concentrate the ball of death. Got tactical bomber in here. Maritime bomber doesn't count, and we've got one medium bomber in here as well. We don't need you in here necessarily. Let's go back here. Tactical bomber, where are you? Oh, what do we have in here? It's also good to see. We've got an HQ which I probably need in the Europe. So one way to look at it is to assess where do we want to go with the... We should focus on one sector. I don't think we can go for both. For both Japan and Europe simultaneously, so we need to focus on one or the other. We don't have time. That's why I'm discarding all the research investments I have. Now, speaking of that stuff, where were we? Where was the bomber that I wanted to operate? Back to Hex here. Tactical bomber. Let's go. Out here, Europe. So he withdrew his air power from range of mine. I should have actually escorted him first, but so be it. Perhaps I should have actually deployed some of those guys in a long range, and it's too late now. We need to upgrade the remainder. Upgrade and deploy. Need to operate you as well, as we're moving our air power around. That is an okay location. That's not too good, but still, it's probably the best location. All things considering, it's the range. We need it. Now we should tread very carefully. There is a possibility that he actually attempted to move his fleet to back to Baltic. I want to check whether that is the case. As we can see, let's see what's going on in here. You need to be careful about that. We have a sacrificial lamp, you. I want to see how far can you go, and what's waiting for us in this line. Nothing. That's a bit disappointing. But is it just for me to overreact? If he wanted 2 of the subs in here, he would have gotten them. And that's what I was afraid of. I was caught. And I just spacked up this move out. Nice. So he probably has a bit... No, he doesn't have any more ships in here. But he deployed 2 of them. How did he get 2 of them in here? You only saw 1. Well, now we'll have to attempt something different, I would say. The question is whether we can actually secure this carrier. If I were to return to port instead of attacking it, I would. But still, it's too bad now. Now, we cannot be caught like that anymore. That's a big no-no already. Okay. Now the problem with you is that he can retreat to either this hex and move out. He can see me in here. That's a very, very, very risky move. Because I don't really have the fleet to cover all of these locations. Now we have 2 range, so we can attack from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hexes. And I'm suffering losses like that. Nice. I want to see what's going on in his ports. Okay, so he's got Tirpitz in here. He should have 1 heavy cruiser as well, which is probably in Trondheim. No, that's fine. Now he's got 1 more. Do I risk it? I would lose 2 points. Then probably not. Let's do something like that. That's experience on my HQ. Free experience, so let's do it. Let's reinforce it full. Now we need to deal with that situation, which is kind of tricky. Do I have a ship? You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would. The only way I can save the carrier is if I were to make him dive away. And by away, I mean away from the carrier. That's a good start. But not the great one. Now we need to create a wall. Sucks to be me, but that was completely on me. Good start. Now we also need to protect my carrier here, for obvious reasons. And that dive was actually pretty bad. Not in range though. Okay, fine. We need to see what's going on in Syracuse. So he decided not to reinforce in force, it seems. Now the question is whether we can actually take care of both Palermo and Syracuse, so we can cut off his anti-aircraft gun. See what's going on in here. You have a free attack. It's not really worth it. Second tanks, Patton, to deploy the HQs. I want him in this hex, because I think what he's trying to do is to secure the supply from the port. The port and supply from it. To deploy 1D, auto assist. Now that's a bit sketchy because we cannot. It's not using. We need to deploy Patton though. That's pretty bad. And that's pretty bad as well. And that's very bad. Well, I didn't think something through, it seems. Now what's important, my carrier or my ships? Well, you're not going to protect carrier, so you might as well protect my units in here. We'll send him in here. Having a prepared attack against him would be stupid. What do I have here? Let's see, swim with you. Let's swim. Unload, right? We can still unload, but we need to unload with the HQ. Okay, we do something like that. though. We took a port. So it didn't work exactly as I was thinking. Let's fly you out. I'm not sure what's there, but we know that I've lost a point in here. So he moved 2, but I only saw 1. I'm not sure why. Perhaps I've missed something. Now, we need you in Baghdad, but we don't need you too, right? That's like throwing having you in here. We'll deal with the commies last. But we're kind of done in here. Let's move back to Pacific. We should group up the fleets that we have in here. Yeah, but let's start with saying bye to some of those cheats first. We're not investing into it. No way. 2. That's the only thing I'm wondering about. We have the spying and intelligence advance. There is well, the advantage of 1. So we get a 1% more, and of course we have a better chance that we will make a breakthrough, but in all honesty I don't think it's worth it. No. I've made my decision. We need units, not research. Now what kind of units do we need? USA. Now that's all nice, but it takes 7 turns for them to deploy. We need HQs and boots on the ground, folks. Tanks, heavy tanks. You have level 2, that's good enough. It's not worth actually going for armies, I think, because we don't have the advantage here in tech. The British can deliver. The British can deliver those guys. Now we'll go with the tanks. I will buy them with upgrades already. Because, well, I like it as it is now. We had an HQ in here which will be transported, operated all the way to the, I wanted to say east, but I guess not. Will be operated all the way to this 6 then. Now with the remainder, as I said, we need to collect our fleets. That's anti-submarine warfare. I'm not sure we need to worry about it too much. And we've got some maritime bombers. A scout. Why not? We've got all those nice subs. Let's see what's going on in Batavia. He's not raiding me. Let's sit like that. With another one a bit further. I should have silenced at least this one. But so be it. Let's drain a bit of MPPs from him. Now we don't have the strength to move. Let's upgrade you though. You're done. The Americans are not done. You still need to move the ships. Now that's also a bit sketchy. I would actually like to transport one of these HQs at least to the South America, one turn. Now that's my line. If we were to make something, I think we would already. Now he's still got carriers, so we need to be watchful of that. One to bomber. Actually, both might remain in carrier mode for now. Now the question is, we need to upgrade them somewhere that belongs to us. And those guys actually also need to upgrade to an extent. Because they will have to go away. Not you. We have plenty of units that we can do something with. Which we will, but still. We'll create some of distraction, some kind of distraction with the ships. Do we have anything in here? We've got a sap. We've got a nice landing pad in here. Do we go for it? Well, it would take too long to actually move it away. That's the line. Already used you. I could have potentially actually operated them away as well. To England. Where is the other carrier? Oh. It's maxed out on points, okay. We've got a destroyer in here. We know that the sub is somewhere. So let's keep it in mind. Got another one in here. What do we have in here? Let's move up quickly. Actually, I could have used you in there as well. Now that I think about it. Speaking of using stuff. I could have thought about blockading those hexes. But it's too late now. So who cares, you know? You need to be upgraded at some stage. But speaking of upgrades, I think that Americans are done for good. So the only thing remaining is the British research to get broken down. Now let's take a look at the units that we have. No HQs for invasion, so we need to buy one at least. Commies, you are next on the line. I would give a lot for level 2, but grand attack weapons, but well, we play with what we have, right? DHQ. Okinlek. Let's deploy you. Now we are pretty limited in our ability to deploy more units. Let's do something like that. At least quickly. So we don't have any armies. Some are coming, but still, it will take a while for them to deploy. We've got you. Let's protect. Send him in here because I want to see. If he wants to go through, they will have to go. Well, Fafnir will have to go through him. Unless he actually plays around units, as I didn't. Now, as he sent 2 subs in here, I feel kind of better about our odds in this sector. Though, suffice to say, it's still sketchy. We shall meet something in here. No? Okay. And we've got you after all. For once. So now, commies. Get it out of here. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. 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 You have plenty of units to rebuild. And 3 HQs were downed immediately. So he is actually winning in here, believe it or not. Now the major issue is that we don't have that much to spare. Now Koniev and Malinowski is here. I will need... We don't have Zhukov. He's in the center. Well, we don't need an HQ in the center. Here to counterattack and destroy all of them. Folks, no other way. There is no other way. The question is, where do we counterattack? With the mighty Zhukov in force, should be golden, right? Make sure that we do not attach to trash. At least too much of the trash. Now, it seems like we don't even need to operate. But we definitely need to set them to auto-assist mode first. So we have level 1, yeah, command and control. It will have to suffice. But also we know what we are buying back. Got a nice unit in here. It's prepared attack shouldn't hurt us too much, I think. I was a bit surprised that we didn't see any submarine action in here. As you can see, we can attach to quite a lot already. But Herzhukov will actually attach to most of the valuable units. What am I attaching to as well? Nothing. Well, look at that. How nice of you. You are not doing jack in here. So we will send you south as well. Because still, although it looks like much, we don't have that much yet. Review. You have the unit, fresh unit that was deployed. A rating of 5, your rating of 6, you're better HQ. Let's operate you. In range of units, but not in range of his threats. Rating of 7. It will have to do. That's a bit worrying, but still. Attached to a bit of a trash, are we? Actually, that might be the play here. That's a much juicier target. We need to upgrade my units. You'll be fine in here. Great. We can detach him. Ground. Upgrade. I need to buy at least 2 HQs, I think. Rokossovsky, you're back, mate. Actually, we can probably go with all the 3. But now the main decision has to be made. Is there a chance? No, we don't have the strength. Not with the well, that was a good move. To protect his artillery. But I don't think his artillery will mind what I have. in order for it. Yes. Got to do what we got to do. We can eat beforehand. Lucky one time. No. Didn't happen. And we don't have the points. But we have the units that we can deploy on the line. Now he's ready to pounce and land behind my back. I don't know what his range is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Huh. Interesting. Still interesting indeed. I use all of my shells? No. You seem like a good target to be destroyed. Obliterated. We'll guard Moscow. What's your range? Moving here and you die. But you don't. You can actually check the odds. We'll suffer losses, but I don't really care. Medium bumper. That's actually a bigger threat because he's got movement points. No surprise in here. I need to destroy at least 3 of those with the units I have available. Let's see the odds. Not bad. Got a tank in here that can be used against his holiness. Speaking of that, nice job. We'll save you for later then. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, lucky one time, I guess, right? We cannot do that because I wouldn't see. That's an easy shot. So we committed one tank. We can withdraw and move in him. We need to protect Voronezh because that's our supply center and he is in range to destroy it and land. He can land actually wherever he wants. Grozna has to be covered. We have units, some units around here. Where am I? Like nobody cares about those. You can send them in. That's pretty good odds, I would suggest, right? Unfortunately, it didn't turn out to be exactly as hoped. Neither did those. And it should be much easier now. Now we need to make sure that we can actually enter this hex to cut his ass off. That's good. Warrior odds doing in here? Pretty good. It's a tad bit worse, but we have range. If I aim to take care of his zone of control, I can enter this hex. One, two, 6. Go for that. Stay in here, baby. Stay in here. Now tell me, my lord, are you attached? Yes, you are. That's good. Now we destroy one more evil unit. Nowhere to run, right? Get him out of here. Obviously, to cover this hex, I would prefer to cover this hex with something that can survive. Although we can also open this excess up. Oh, excuse me for a second. Because of course it's time for someone to call. And well, we're back. We are back, folks. The question which remains is how do we proceed in here? We could potentially dare to destroy yet another tank. Let's see the odds. That's not nothing, folks. We would lose it. But it would be done. What does he have left? I'm assuming not enough MPPs. That was pretty bad for us as well, but now not so bad. And his offensive power would be quite limited significantly. Of course, that would also mean through him. It means that we can kill him if he does not retreat. That's not good. That's very not good. We still do it. There is a small chance. I'm going to do it. One way or another. But it's really bad. Yes! Let's go! So retreat that way. There's a lot of entrenchment, I know. Oh, I fucked something up, but I'm not sure what. Need a unit in here. We can't enter here because he's got zone of control. And I wanted him in here. I wanted to move him in here. And something in here, but I'm not sure what was that. You can deploy a unit in fortifications, but I would prefer not to do that. You're attached, nice. Now we obviously cannot stay in here. I will retreat in here. Now we need another set of units. We can deploy. Yeah, I know what I wanted to do now. We can deploy units immediately to that vicinity. Now you were already operated. We still need some upgrades on those guys, I'm afraid. he didn't retreat all the way. Just strong enough. To upgrade some of them as we have the time. Now we need something in Voronezh that can actually hold on. Where were you? Here, right. He's still a threat. He doesn't have supply, but he's still a threat. Let's not be with a doubt about that. Now, you. The hell lot of upgrades here. I'm pretty sure the Germans have long range 2, which means he can jump up to 2 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But where would that be? I mean, Voronezh makes the most sense. Stalingrad is also a potential candidate. What do we do with you? Have you as well. Okay. One to Stalingrad, one to somewhere else. That seems sketchy. That seems also kind of good. I should have detached you. To Stalingrad. Now we have a few points remaining to reinforce all I can. A few cores on the railways. They need to recover as soon as possible. Now I should have actually attacked with you first, but you are not attached in a way. Do I respect 2 points of entrenchment? I think I do. Now what I respect also, this is zone of control, so he cannot break through to the HQ. But you will be moved in here. to hopefully soon be of use. I will not do anything with you, but we will move you away from the hexes at which you stood. Plenty of stuff to think about, isn't it? You can reinforce it full, so I won't bother. Just in case. Just to make him for him a bit more difficult. Now I will not prepare any positions you will dig in. And do just that. Now 1-to-1 is good option. It is indeed 1-to-1, which is not the case. I think that's it, folks, to be honest. Yeah. So what's the total casualties at the end of this turn? A hefty loss, a trashy national morale, that's always German, and that's a nice number to see, especially as he lost a ton of what is it? MPPs on his turn. So how much did he get? Speaking of that, 720. Okay, could be worse. Could be worse. I could have upgraded you. Send him behind the line. That's a bit tricky, but he doesn't have the force to push through here. At least I don't think so. Prepare him. Just if you can, just in case we can actually achieve something nice in here. We will lose the fifth tank, but at least, well, you might be in danger as well. But if he will go for them, he will lose all of his remaining units. That's the plan for us here. Speaking of remaining units, let's move in here. If he dares to move in, we will crush him. We've got one tank ready to counterattack, second potentially. He needs to break through in here, so perhaps his plans of landing behind the lines have been, to an extent, thwarted. We've landed in a trashy... Actually... No, zone of control. Okay. A trashy location here. We'll take care of you and we'll follow through. And we will begin to deploy the units, upgrade them in long-range vessels to actually create the legit second front. Anything else? We can send you out to help later on. Got a few good units around here as well. It might be used to the advantage of ours. And of course you. And we've got you as well. Let's make a deep dive, shall we? Got you, but I don't think. I would like to take Sardinia. God willing. Let's deploy you in the long range. We'll see what you'll be able to achieve. The mighty panzers have been eradicated by half on the eastern front. And we'll continue our rectifying of the situation here. The major mistake, Ranger, that was pathetic. But outside of that, pretty fine. And it took us, what is it? Almost more than 100 minutes to play through this turn. Well, yeah, it's a weird experience because I'm not exactly sure what to do. And I've forgotten to actually deploy you, now that I think about it. Well, I would have made some alterations to some of those plans, in this case. Kursk. The HQs will be deployed in 2 turns. Let's just deploy some of them here, behind the line. Frenchies, what do we have with the Frenchies? Well, look at that. That's something I don't remember. You can actually invest into something with the Frenchies. Good to see, good to see. And we will begin to scare him away from around here. Marine fighter. Let's go to the HQ. But that will be probably it for now. Pretty hard, folks, our situation here, but I do believe that we'll be able to prevail when the time comes. Anything I've missed? You. Okay. Anything else? You can go to allocation, cover the capital. Potentially can enter Washington with a unit. We'll see about that. Left a token force around here. Why not? Some of the units will not be attached. That must be actually mentioned. Some will not have the entrenchment that they deserve. But we have to deal with what we have, right? Anything else? Kind of irrelevant. Yeah, you to port. Hopefully someone else in here. Should protect the mine there. That's a trap, so we're not going to enter it with the units that I currently have. And we bring sweet Stillwell to the south. Let's sit in here. Use them. And I haven't upgraded you with anti-aircraft defense, which is a huge mistake as well. Okay, but that's going to be it. So let's save the turn just in case something weird is going to happen. And let's go, the first turn of the game. So, to summarize, nice move against HQs. I don't think I'm going to do the same, because the cost for him was quite heavy. To put it lightly. And let's jump and see what's going to happen now. Any pop-ups? Soviet morale is boosted by news of Allied forces in Italy. Let's go! The loss of Palermo lowers Italian national morale. I haven't checked those, but it's too late. False, as Allied forces land in southern Italy. Persia now in Allied hands, we could make use of the country to send supplies to the USSR for a cost to us of only 40 MPs. And what I've forgotten to do is to check convoy routes, folks. For a cost of only 40 MPs a turn, the goods we send via Persia would be worth 80 MPs to the USSR. Their arrival would also boost Soviet national morale by 200 points a turn. I will send them, why not? Because that's the national morale boost, right? Columbia joins. Give me the MPPs, folks. I probably should have sent those, yeah, as well. Those armies will be useful in Europe. Gary Cooper and Ingrid Bergman star in Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls. The economy looks strong, but we didn't get the supplies to the USSR in the amount that I was hoping for. But well, that's on me. And that's it, folks. Thank you for watching. Let's see the message here, just to be fair. The confirmation. And I guess I will see you in the Axis turn next, right? Probably I will alternate with this series every 2 days, one episode from each side, until the Strategic Command American Civil War series. Both series are complete. So, we'll get there, but not that soon. Thank you once more for watching, and I will see you next time.